made a terrible mistake. It's utterly ruined, isn't it? Have I just got to start again? So how do we fix our needle felted sculptures when they've gone a bit wrong? Hey, I'm Duthie and I'm here to help you craft your career with creative marketing and artistic inspiration. And it's a Wednesday, so it's another needle felting equipment, supplies and techniques review. Every Wednesday I make videos like this, so if this is something you're interested in, don't forget, come back every Wednesday. So a worry some people have when they start needle felting is they're going to mess things up. And you know what? You are, and it's no big deal. I want to talk about today how we can sort out one of the most common problems I had when I started making small sculptures of animals. Making the ears far too big. I mean, look at this guy. If I was making something like a fennec fox, he would be really cute. But for any kind of dog sculpture, his ears are too big. And this is what I used to do all the time. It was almost my feature, having over large ears. But over time, I've got better at judging how much fleece to use to make the right sized ear. But now and again, we all make mistakes and it's super easy to fix. Step one, if something's too big, the first thing you should be thinking of doing is seeing if we can felt it down. So with your felting needle, you want to felt in the direction you want the item to shrink. So if we want these ears smaller, I'm going to felt from the ends in, all the way down, in towards the centre, and keep felting and see if we can get any shrinking on him. But if you've really gone overboard and the ears are already kind of firmly felted on, then you're going to need a new method to improve. So the next methods involve some surgery. Fantastic thing about needle felting is it is so forgiving. So for this, all we're going to want to do, chop off his ear. Now you could just make a new ear, start again from your poor butchered little boy, or you can take the ear you had and cut it down to a more manageable size. Now if it's really firmly felted, you might need to add a little bit of loose fibres to get it to stick together, and the trick with that is just fluff up a small amount of fibres and then felt them just into this blunt edge, leaving a little trail of loose fibres, and then pop the ear back on in position and felt it in place. If you see any join lines while you're felting, you can just take thin amounts of fibre, felt them over the lines, smooth out and hide any lines. And as you can see, 2 minutes work and we've reduced the ear down to a slightly more manageable size. However, if everything else is perfect about this apart from the ear, if you've got some beautiful shading in colours that you want to keep on the ear, you maybe don't want to remove the entire ear, we just want to shrink it from above. So this is where a little plastic surgery work comes into play. What we are wanting to do is to cut a V out of the tip of the ear. Which is going to look a little bit bizarre just now. And then you're going to bring together the edges of this V and felt it like this. And again, exactly like the other ear, if there's any joins that you're not able to felt away quite so easily, lay a little bit of fluff, a little bit of loose fibres over the join, felt them to make it seamless join. And if it's really firmly felted, you might need to add a little bit of loose fibre in the centre to give something for it to grab hold of. But again, this gives a really rather nice effect. So you never have to give up on a needle felted sculpture. There's always ways, especially with the ear. We can keep on felting and see if we can make it smaller. Cut off the ear and make a totally new ear. Cut off the ear, cut it down to size a wee bit and felt it back on, or cut the little V, bring the tips together and make it smaller that way. There's always different methods that you can use to try and get your sculpture looking more like you want it to. I have in the past even cut open the back of one of my horses, cut out the wire in it, twisted some extra wire and felted back on. So if you're not happy with your needle felted sculpture, take a step back and have a proper look at it. Sometimes it can just be you're being too fussy because you're right up and close to it. What I tend to do is put my sculpture on a shelf at the other end of the room for a few hours, so I have to walk past it and look at it from more of a distance. And then if these things that were annoying me close up aren't annoying me anymore, maybe I'm just being too much of a perfectionist. But if you're still seeing them as annoying things, then let's see if you can fix them. And one of your best tools in fixing sculptures is a good pair of scissors. If you haven't already checked out, I actually did a review on these Fischker scissors. I completely love them. For needle felting, I haven't found better scissors than this. Not sponsored. So have you had to repair a sculpture in the past? Have you had disasters you've had to fix? What are your favourite methods for fixing up your needle felted sculptures? If you let me know in the comments down below. And also, what have been your biggest problems in needle felting? What do you need some tips and advice on? Let me know and I'll see if I can help you out. So thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this, don't forget, click on my wee face to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up, come back every Wednesday and check out these other videos that you might like. Thank you so much.